This whole blackness started with white is good, white is pure, white is lovely, but then dark is evil, dark is witchcraft. Because if you look at light femininity and dark femininity, light femininity is pure. Why is light pure? And then dark femininity is like witchcraft and voodoo. Vanilla versus chocolate, devil's food cake, and white too. You wear white for wedding and then black for mourning, for death. White for Jesus, white for God, and then black for the devil, black for sin. You just think white is better. Accept it. You think white is better. Hi everyone. Hi. My name is Splendor, and I just wanted to sit here and have this conversation as an African, because I've been watching a lot of content about dark-skinned black women, light-skinned black women, and mixed race women, and it's like, what is going on? What is this feud? Like, where did all this feud come from? And it's like, before it used to be black versus white. Do you understand? It was like the black people versus the white people, and then the Africans were just like the outcasts, because it was like, we couldn't relate to anything. We couldn't relate to slavery because we were not enslaved. We were literally like, the only thing we could relate to was colonialism, and black people don't really talk about colonialism. They just talk about slavery. So we couldn't relate. We couldn't relate to slavery. We couldn't relate to racism per se, because here in Africa, where's the racism? Do you understand? But then, like, as an African, like, what we could relate to was colorism, preferential treatment for people that were lighter skin tone and looked more like American, and then it was like Africans that looked African, they were like bullied and secluded. Like myself, I've always enjoyed like pretty privilege, because here in Africa they're like, oh, you look black American, you look mixed, you look, and even here in Africa, like people that have that, like they're Africans, mother is African, father is African, but then they have that features. Like I have a friend, she's African, like her dad is African, her mom is African, but she looks Asian. Yeah, she looks Asian. She has the Asian eyes. I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend anybody, but you get, she has the Asian eyes, she has like she literally looks like she's Asian. And sometimes online she'd like be like, yeah, she's mixed, she's Asian. And I'm like, girl, we both know you're not mixed, like cut it out. But she'd be like, yeah, she's mixed, she's Asian. And I'm like, how? And she gets a lot of preferential treatment because she looks Asian. Myself, like I enjoy a lot of preferential treatment because I look mixed. They say, oh, you look black American, you look South African, you look, like nobody sees me and says, oh, you look Igbo because I'm Igbo. They don't say, oh, you look Igbo. Like they even ask if I'm Fulani, if I'm Hausa, if I'm mixed. They're like, oh, you look something. So, and I don't understand like this obsession, because like, why can't you just be African? Why can't you be black? Like, why does there have to be this separation of light skin, mixed? Like, as long as you have like, you're not white, do you get? As long as you have that gene in you, I don't know why we have to like separate ourselves the more. Do you understand? It's like when we go to the US, we even get bullied. Funny, we even get bullied by black people more than white people, because it's like white people love Africans, they're like, yeah, they're really cool and chill. But then it's the black people, the dark-skinned black people, they're like, oh no, you're not black, you're African, go back to Africa. I'm like, go back to Africa, go back to where it came from, go back to Africa. And I'm like, yo. So when I'm watching all this content, like, it's not like the self-hatred, it comes from, I don't know if it's slavery mindset, because in Africa we don't have that mindset. Do you understand? Like, we're just living life, and then you see like an African person like Anok, the supermodel, and the other African supermodel, and even this TikToker that is from Uganda. They're like, oh, you know, yeah, she's just enjoying futurism, like she's just pretty because she has a small nose. What? How does that even make any sense? She's pretty because she's pretty. Like, oh no, like she doesn't look African. Like, what does Africa look like? No, she doesn't look African. Look at her. She doesn't look African. Like, this is my friend. She has hazel eyes. Like, her eyes is hazel, you know? And her both parents are African. Nothing mixed there. Do you understand? And she has hazel eyes. There's even another of my friend that is ginger. Like, she has red hair. Do you understand? And Africans have all these features. Like, it's literally they said it's the Eve gene, you know, because as a black person, you have, like, your gene can mutate to whatever. There are even Africans that have blue eyes, and it's like, when you see an African person, like a dark-skinned African person that has blue eyes, it's like, that's a Eurocentric feature. That's an African feature because that's an African. I don't understand how, because it's, I don't know why you kept some features for, I think in sociology, yeah, they said this, oh god, this is where, you know, my sociology background comes from. Because in sociology, you know, when these colonizers came into Africa, and then they were trying to like group Africans, and then they were like, African features are broad nose. No, that's not the only African feature that we have. African feature is slim nose, broad nose, colored eyes, dark skin, like pale skin. There are even Africans that have like really pale skin, like almost like a white person. Do you understand? And then it's like, no, you're mixed. And I don't understand why an African too would want to claim being mixed just so that they can be like, oh, you know, and they're not mixed. They're not mixed in any way, but then they'll be trying to claim, oh yeah, I'm mixed, just because maybe their hair is a looser texture. I'll be like, I'm mixed. Yeah, I'm mixed. I'm like, girl, because this hierarchy system, we're the ones that are creating this hierarchy system. We're the ones that are perpetuating this hierarchy system. We're the ones that are saying this is better than this because of it looks like, I don't, it's just giving white worship. You know, that's exactly what it's giving. It's giving, you think the white man is better, so you worship anything that looks like the white man. So if you're like in Africa here, they said I'm dark. I'm dark skinned. And I embrace it because I love my skin. Like, she is fine, she's glowing, she looks good, you know. And it's crazy, like my hair, and I even realized that with myself. I don't leave my hair black. Like, I always dye my hair blonde because blondes have more fun. But really, like, the internalized hatred is real. Like, the self-hate is real. It's crazy, it's real. It's like you don't want to associate with anything black because you feel like black is ugly. Even with my brother, like my brothers, you know, they're dating Filipino girls. They don't date black girls because they're like, nah, why would I date a black girl? You know, I'm all about that Filipino, like Asian girls are pretty, Filipino girls are pretty, black girls are ugly. Black girls are just good because they have the bunda. Yo. And I'm like, what is happening? And now seeing people bash Beyonce, the same Beyonce they celebrated. Like, I remember when Beyonce was like the epitome of black excellence. Now the same Beyonce y'all put up there, you want to bring down. It's so funny because even in like African culture, I'm sorry to bring this up, but when you bring about Tyler and Arya Star, like, they try to put Tyler and Arya Star together, like, and be like, oh no, Tyler is better than Arya Star. Tyler has that sensual vibes. Arya Star doesn't go out there shaking her booty. What she just does is dancing like a robot. I'm like, what? No, they prefer Arya Star. Yeah, Arya Star is mixed. I'm like, yo, make it make sense. And the funny thing is, it's the same Nigerians, black Americans that are still pushing these mixed people. Like, I remember even when Rihanna came, it was like, oh no, Rihanna can never do wrong. Rihanna always rocks every look. Rihanna is like the umpire of style. Even how they bashed Lil Kim versus Nicki Minaj, just because Lil Kim was a dark-skinned rapper. Like, you should just admit to yourself that you pedestalize whiteness and anything that looks like whiteness. Like my nose now, you'd be like, yes, she's beautiful. Look at her small nose. Anything that looks like whiteness, you pedestalize it and you try to like claim it to whiteness. Like, why can't I just be myself and be an African, but be like, oh no, you're just pretty because you have Eurocentric features. Why are those features Eurocentric? Because I've seen some white people with some big ass nose, and the people that even do a lot of plastic surgery are white people. When you look at the media, white people be surgerying. Like, look at with Bella Hadid. I mean, like, she's white or whatever, and she still did plastic surgery so she can have that small nose. So why is it that small nose is whiteness? Meanwhile, the Africans that have never done surgery in their life, they don't even know what is surgery. And they're like, even with that TikToker that's from Uganda that is dark skinned, and then they'll be like, he did surgery. People just don't want to accept the fact that black African people can be beautiful. They don't want to accept it. They don't want that reality where an African, just being an African, can be beautiful. And then when you say Anok, they'll be like, no, Anok is just beautiful because she has a small nose. She's just beautiful because she's enjoying the benefits of futurism. She's enjoying the benefits of, she's an African girl. What are you talking about? What futurism? She's African. Like, she's African. Why can't it be she's celebrating African beauty? Yo. It's so funny. And the funny thing is, like, I realized a lot of dark-skinned black women, they have a lot of I had a lot of self-hate, because my sister is way lighter than me, and then they'll be like, yo, look, your sister is beautiful because look at that. And then if you see like an African woman that just taking care of herself and living life, they'll be like, no, you bleached your skin. And the funny thing is, even with skincare, like the skincare, they prioritize like lighter skin, like, there's no, even as a dark skinned woman, There's not a lot of skincare that caters to dark skin, like chocolate, like dark skin. Everything needs to have some lightening properties. Retinol, lightening. What's the other one? Lightening. Lightening. Retinol, lightening. Yo, what's this obsession with lightening? Like carrot, lightening. Kojic acid, lightning. Like, you can't just see a black person, an African person that just use normal skincare. It has to have some lightning, and that's the skincare that they keep pushing out all over. That's the skincare. Like, there's no proper skincare that caters to dark skin. And if you're someone like me, and you're using normal skincare, and then they try to be like, oh, you're getting darker, what's happening? Look, you're spoiling your skin, you're getting darker. Like, yo, the pressure is a lot. The pressure is too much. Like, what is happening? You're not taking care of yourself anymore. Look, your skin is getting darker. This is not how your skin was before. She's now suffering. Look at her skin was. She's now suffering. Look, she's now suffering. She's no more eating money. She's no more enjoying money. That's why her skin is looking like this. So, girl. And the funny thing is, me, I always thought I was a dark skinned girl. And then this other day, this guy was like, oh no, you're light skinned. I'm like, have you seen light skinned? How? And that's even why I became curious. And I'm like, okay, what is light skinned? And I am like, I'm doing research to be like, okay, because all my life it's been like, you're dark skinned. And then all of a sudden, this other guy is like, you're light skinned. And I'm like, I'm light skinned. So I come on YouTube, what is light skin? And I just get introduced to this whole spectrum of feud between mixed race, light skin, and dark skinned black women. And then I'm now seeing unambiguous black women, like words that I've never heard before. Unambiguous black women, ambiguous black. Like, what is this divide and rule? Like, you're just emphasizing the concept that you think white is superior, and you don't need to deal with that. It's an internalized, you've seen the white person as white, when before it was white supremacy. That's it. You guys are just perpetuating the concept of white supremacy. Here in Nigeria, you see a full-blown dark-skinned person would bleach their skin just to erase any traces of blackness. And I don't even blame them, because this whole blackness started with white is good, white is pure, white is lovely, but then dark is evil, dark is witchcraft. Because if you look at light femininity and dark femininity, light femininity is pure. Why is light pure? And then dark femininity is like witchcraft and voodoo. Vanilla versus chocolate, devil's food cake, and white too. You wear white for wedding, and then black for mourning, for death. White for Jesus, white for God, and then black for the devil, black for sin. You just think white is better. Accept it. You think white is better.